If you have to ask anyone about leadership from the sports world, then you'd probably have, let's say, no one better to ask about that than MS Dhoni. Dhoni, of course, is someone who would rank as India's greatest ever white ball captain, thanks in no small part to his exploits when it comes to winning ICC titles. He's the only captain to have won all three of them during his active captaincy career, and he's also joined with, for the record, of most number of IPL titles won as a captain. So definitely someone who knows a thing or two about not just leadership but successful leadership. Now recently Dhoni was speaking in a public event, which in itself is noteworthy because again, he's a man who likes to be reclusive. You're far likelier to see him around his hometown of Ranchi riding around on bikes than you are to see him speaking at public events. Yet Dhoni was speaking at a public event and had some very interesting things to say about leadership as a whole. And whilst it is something that's a very cricket or sporting centric example, it is a good example or a good thing that a lot of leaders in their respective fields could perhaps use to, let's say, gain success in the long run. But what are those things? Well, it talks more about how talking is not as important as leading by example. If you're confused, well, then hear from Dhoni himself. One of the things he said is that people are insecure at times. Sometimes, even if the team believes in you, you're actually the first person who will not believe in you. Now, this he's talking about from the perspective of a leader. He said that, look, as a leader, we too are humans. Sometimes it's very, very possible that you yourself will be feeling just that little bit insecure. He's saying that you are maybe feeling insecure, but if your team has that faith in you, then it will actually ensure that your performance comes back. But how exactly do you gain the trust or the loyalty of your teammates? That was the really interesting thing when it came to Dhoni talking about how it's important to ensure the loyalty of your team. The best way to ensure the loyalty of your team, lead by example. He said that unless the support staff or players respect you, it is difficult to get loyalty. It is about what you are doing, not what you are speaking. That second sentence deserves a lot of emphasis because he says it's not about it is about what you're doing and not about how you speak. Oftentimes there seems to be, let's say, a little bit of a confusion when it comes to leadership roles, whether it be in sport teams or in general, that those who speak well couldn't necessarily be good leaders. Yes, being a good orator, definitely something that's a very, very important thing when it comes to leadership. But Dhoni himself would be the first to tell you he's not one of those people who likes talking a lot. By his own admission, he's someone who doesn't do too many interviews because by nature, he's a bit of an introvert, bit of a recluse, and there's nothing wrong with that. But one of the reasons Dhoni is able to inspire people so much is by what he does by example. He will work harder than everyone else. He will keep working on his craft. And even now, at an age where he, truth be told, could have just chosen to retire, he's playing because of the love he gets not only from fans, but also his teammates, and because he knows he's still a very fine leader, even if cricketing skills, obviously with age, will diminish a little bit. But he did go on to further extend this point. He said that I always felt that earning respect is very important, as it does not come with the chair or rank. It comes with your conduct. Your conduct can earn that respect. And I think that's a great lesson he's given you there. Because what he's saying is that it's very difficult to demand respect and get it. His reaction is, or his theory is, that you need to get it organically. So the best way to get that respect is through your deeds. Do good things, lead by example. Eventually, you'll get the respect and admiration of the people who are supposed to follow you, and therefore, it's an organic thing. It's not just a case of, oh, this person's the captain or this person's the chairman, that you respect them. You respect them because you can see that they're putting in the hard yards just like you, and thereafter, you'll have a team that should be good enough to follow your lead and ensure plenty of success. As I said, a rather riveting, let's say, discussion that Dhoni had, which in itself is rare because, as I mentioned before, he doesn't really have those many. But Captain Cool, as always, when he's speaking out in public, ensured that it was worth the while and definitely dropped a few very interesting diamonds over there when it comes to lessons in leadership. I certainly found them riveting. But what about you guys? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app, and if you're already on the channel, well, then go right ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, though, from my side, it's goodbye.